Hey, lovely people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing Penhaligon's second episode for the night. Time is around reaching towards 1 a.m. Peaceful and quiet, thankfully. Hopefully you can hear me and all good. So I had a long day. I bought a few fragrances which I'll review in due time. At the background, the New Heroes and then the Ted Lapidus Poker Face. I got also, there's a Cherry Intense by, what's the line called? Uh, Man, I can read from so far. Maya, I think, okay, from Latafa. So quite a few fragrance. Tomorrow I'm receiving few new. And this second episode is a big thanks to one of my dear brothers, my admin of my group, Fragcomm Bangladesh. His name is Auveek bhai. Auveek bhai is one of my dear friends. He lent me few fragrances. This is the first of the four. So this fragrance, he knows how much I love this. He bought it recently, and this is supremely expensive. It's a very expensive niche perfume. This is called Legacy of Petra. This is from same line as some of the other ones, Middle Eastern line like Helfeti, perhaps Constantinople, whatever, I forgot the name, and also Helfeti Cedar, Cairo, and then few more. You know, the expensive and more long-lasting line. This is that. Usually Penhaligon fragrances, I would tell you simply, they do not last. The regular line, only fragrance I thought Sartorial, that is my favorite, last decent time but not Beast. So Penhaligon's, the Tragedy of Lord George, everything, all of them I reviewed. The Blindheim Bouquet, I don't know, I forgot the names. The Rose, Elizabethan Rose, they all smell fantastic, but longevity is very poor for the price. Bottle is beautiful, performance is not beautiful. So this particular one is an exception. I've been looking for this perfume to buy and add in my collection for 1 year or so, but it's hard to find here. So presentation wise, this, by the way, costs like 200 something dollars right now. If you buy cheapest maybe it'll be 170, 180. So the box looks very nice, solid box like niche, and it says Penhaligons. Don't want to show you too much time spending on there. Inside is kind of pinkish peach color. This bottle is thing of a beauty. I took a picture on the rooftop. I'll use that as a thumbnail. So this looks like that. Very nice, very beautiful. I must say, I give it to them. This juice color makes this very eye pleasing, and this is how that looks. Okay, the glasses are very thin. I have one complaint: if you drop this by any chance, I hope I don't drop it, they will break for sure. They are very thin glass. I drop some of the Middle Eastern perfumes, they have heavy glass base, nothing happens. They have a crystal ball sort of shape on the cap. So it's strong, by the way. So he used already quite about 10 ml by 1 week or so, so you can tell he likes it. So Legacy of Petra, it's perhaps dedicated to maybe a princess or queen. You guys can tell the history. I didn't go, but every fragrance have history. And this is a niche perfume for, I think, maybe women or unisex. I'm not sure, but from the name, perhaps dedicated to more women. So I have it on the paper, and let me read the notes. I'll spray it again. This one has green tea, fennel, bergamot, licorice, myrrh, olibanum, rosemary, benzoin, vanilla, and woody notes. This is one of my most favorite, if not the most favorite Penhaligons. Okay, I cannot decide. I think this is my most favorite, and I'm not just saying it for the sake of reviewing. I truly love this. Amazing distribution. Beautiful. So this, the star of the show is licorice, and you might not like that note. Like licorice is an uncommon note. Most fragrances they use it. I think I saw my first fragrance rather was that fragrance. Man, I can remember that. Uh, anyway, the blue bottle. Anyway, so licorice note is kind of like a candy, kind of a daring. Also, licorice was in one of the Killian fragrances, Lourvert, I guess. Yeah. So Lolita Lempica O Masculan. That's the one I was trying to remember. This thing is different. This doesn't smell like your daring perfume. I would say if you smell this, this is like a beautiful queen. Okay, like back in the days, you watch films like Cleopatra. This is like Cleopatra. Beautiful. You look at her, you be like, just mesmerized. I was mesmerized by this perfume. I wanted a sample from somewhere to review this. Luckily, I have a full bottle. So this is a perfume I would say you should buy it. Sometimes you just say from sentiment, your reasoning don't work. You know that credit card is going to have a hefty bill. You just buy it. You know why? Because it's, I don't know, whatever is in it, it works. It's so beautiful. It's sweet. It's not just licorice, and it would be an unfair thing to put it on the paper and test. I would put it on my skin. Okay, I'm wasting a lot of juice. If you put it on your skin, different skin, it will have different effect. Fragrances are like that. It mixes with your natural smell, body smell. You depending on your skin type. Perhaps if your skin has oily or a dry skin, or you have your own sort of a smell. Everybody is different. So on my skin and paper, this smells kind of different. Not very, but kind of different. This one more sweeter on my skin, and I do not know. When I used to be like in school, I never traveled like overseas. I was born in Russia. I came back when I was a kid, like 2 years old. And then since then until 17 years old, I stayed in Bangladesh about, yeah, 16, 15 years, right? Yeah. And then from there, we moved to Malaysia when I was 18. So basically, my father used to go trips, like from university to, attend some convention. I don't know what you call those. Like they have like these programs. They have to present their paper. So he used to travel to different parts of the world. And when he came back, we always just wait. Me and my sister both waited for his luggage. What did he bring for us? It's kind of cheap thing to say, but yeah, like we are kids, right? So obviously looking for chocolates, toys, whatnot. And then sometimes he used to bring back like canned. I'm just telling you what it reminds me of. He used to bring back canned peach or canned prunes or something like, soaked into the juice. Those you can only find nowadays, you can find in Bangladesh, but in Thailand, like, or if he goes to somewhere like, one of those countries, and they have a lot of these, cans, fruits. Even I would ask him, like, bring me a foreign Coke, Coke means Coca-Cola, not what you think. So this remind me one of those back then, like the sweetness is like a prune, and they definitely mentioned like benzoin, vanilla. These are all there. Okay, I'm not going to lie and say I smell licorice from this when I smell it. I didn't have any clue what I smelled, but I know I liked it. I knew I liked it, so I knew I loved you. Like the song. This was my immediate love. It was like a straight away I fell in love with this. I cannot describe it more than that. It's like a poetry in a bottle. It's like a beautiful painting in a bottle, fine old wine in a bottle, or whiskey, like um, perhaps that mixes with honey. Like, the Chivas Regal has a very special blend, which is more richer. It's like a typical Chivas Regal is like 12 years old or something, or 8 years old, but the other one is 15 or something, right? So, or JD with Coke, or JD Tennessee whiskey, Tennessee honey, right? This feels like there's a honey or something added there, and it's coming from licorice, perhaps the combination of licorice and the benzoin and the vanilla. So it is very sweet, and that's the thing I love about it. And the sweetness carries this fragrance for a very long time. If you want long-lasting niche perfume, something pretty, you can try it. Downsides of it, it has a feminine touch. Okay, there's a fragrance called Mason Martin Margiela Lipstick On. I had it, I sold it. I don't know why. That one had this beautiful, sweet, irisy lipstick, but it was not like Durum Intense. It didn't have that cacao or anything. It was purely that beautiful, sweet iris, like a pretty perfume. This is a pretty perfume. Some guys don't want to smell pretty. They will say, I want something like Tragedy of Lord George, Sartorial. I want something like Cairo. Give me spices, Helvetic cedar, Helvetic leather, like those, right? If there is leather. So if you're into like dark fragrances, more masculine macho perfumes, this is not going to work for you. This will be something like you call it pass. Maybe you buy it for your wife. You would like to smell it on your wife. I don't care for a wife. I would love this on me. The licorice note is very different. It's very fine and very smoothly done. So I would not say it's very like daring, but I know myself. There was a time I would not understand this, right? So if you're a beginner, if you're into safe freshies, this will not work for you. It's a very sweet, fruity, juicy. Man, it just reminds me of those cans when I open that prune or whatever. There's this kind of plum fruits in there. It comes with this purple juice. I used to drink the whole can juice before anything. So this is fruity. This is floral in my humble opinion. This is that licorice. Kind of feels like honey. It's like a juice, right? Man, I would love to bathe in it. I would love to make a soap that makes me smell like it. It's very gorgeous. It's very regal. And longevity is through the roofs. You would love this. If you spend a lot of money, you want your fragrance to stay. Thankfully, they made one line, the Middle Eastern type of line. Beautiful. It's a classic. I cannot give this anything less than 10, but this is not a safe blind buy. In my world, this is 10. I just wanted to review this. Maybe I'm too blind for this beauty. Sometimes we men are like that. We just are very visual. We see. I remember Miranda Kerr, right? Kerr. She's a supermodel, right? I used to like her a lot, man. She was so cute, and she cannot tell her age. Even after having kids, she's like a dream. She said, I think one of the episodes in perhaps what's the show? Those late night shows, right? I don't remember. She said men are very visual, so her grandma used to say that put on some makeup and then dress up a little bit sexy. You'll keep your man. And I would just like to say it, like many men would be like, no, we're not, like we're sophisticated. We are into her personality. Liars, lying. I don't want to say the word, but anyway, so not all men, obviously, but sometimes we do. No, not sometimes. A lot of times we do care for people's characters. Like, but when you think of women, if you say that I'm not interested in beauty, you lie. Anyway, so visual. Like I fell in love with this visually. How how pleasant this is to look at. How pleasing to just eyeballing this and smelling it. Just lovely perfume. It just stays with you all day. 10 out of 10 for this perfume. Legacy of Petra is just a dream come true review for me. Thank you so much, Auveek bhai, for the bottle. I have a few more niche perfumes from his collection. Once I am, done testing, I'll review them. Let's do a list and we'll say good night. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.